Good afternoon, folks. I'm doing this video actually to supplement what I'll be talking about in class on Monday, in case you happen to be absent or in case you're in the process of peer editing and you need some refreshers as to what I go over. So we're going to go ahead and go to Blackboard. I think, yeah, I've got Jaguar open already. So we'll go to Blackboard, go to our course site. So I've approached the information. I don't know why my dashboard looks like this. I did not change it, but okay. Always fun things happening in Blackboard and whatnot. Okay, so we'll go to course content, and you'll note here I've added some things. Okay, if we scroll down, you'll see an additional folder down here at the bottom under course content, additional education information. So what this folder contains right now is it has links directly to the Digication website, explaining in detail both how to set the permissions on your ePortfolio and also how to add comments, or what they call conversations, within the ePortfolio. Okay, so let's look at the permissions one, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this link leads to a page on their the official website for Digication, for the company that makes it. Okay, so this will take you step by step as to how to add permissions in the folio, and I did this in a video and I've talked about it in class, but this shows you step by step with additional visuals and so on and so forth. So I decided to include that here. Remember that you're going to be adding your peer editors, okay, to your folio as editors. Okay, so keep this particular link in mind when you are doing that. All right, let's go back to Blackboard, and I'm going to show you some additional material. So this one is all about adding comments, or what they call conversations, in Digication. Now remember that this is going to be the means by which you actually put your peer editing comments on your peers' drafts, okay, is actually in Digication. Okay, so this actually explains in great detail how to do that and how to set the permissions on the comments themselves. You're going to want your comments viewable to editors, okay, so that your editors can actually see what the other editors have written, okay, and so on and so forth, okay. You're also going to want to make, and this is in reference to the previous, you're going to find this information on the previous URL, so you'll actually find it in here. Okay, you're going to find it on this page, but you're going to want to make your folio viewable within A&M San Antonio. They refer to that on this page as viewable within your school. Okay, you want to do that so that your peer editors can find your folio in the directory. Okay, so you'll do that as well, if you haven't done so already, as well as add your peer editors in as editors. Give them editing permission within your folio. Okay. I'm going to show you some other things, and again, I hope to go over this in class on Monday, and this is just supplemental to that. However, if for whatever reason I don't get to all this on Monday, you have this video to help you. So if we go into our Community Intersection Narrative Project folder, you'll see these are the assignments that that you've been working on. So the actual first draft, ideally you would have this done Monday in class or by class on Monday, but if you don't, I've given you the courtesy of turning it in Monday by midnight or right before midnight. The same with the reflection. Okay, so you have those links. What I have done here is I've added a Microsoft Word document giving you the instructions for peer editing and the questions for peer editing. Now these questions are lead questions. You don't necessarily have to completely stick with them, although I would advise that you bare minimum cover what these questions are talking about, but you can certainly diverge from that. Okay, so let's take a look. The reason that I've done this in Microsoft Word is because I am not actually going to ask you to turn in the peer editing in any way to me. You're going to put it on the folio. Your responsibility to me is going to be the reflection. You're going to talk about the experience of the peer editing process and what you commented and your responses to your peers' comments and their responses to you and so on and so forth. So that will be in the reflection, and that's actually going to go on your folio on a separate page, as has been the case with the assignments that we've been uploading, okay, that I demonstrated to you previously. But with this particular assignment, what I'm asking you to do is to essentially choose 2 peer editors from the class and make them editors in your folio so that you can so that they can view your work, and probably you want to get them to do the same for you so that you can edit their work, okay, right? Because you want at least 2 editors on your work, okay, and they're going to want the same. Okay, so this I've created a 7-point process you know, that details that for you, and again you can refer to the web page that I just showed you as well. Now if you look down on this document, you've got your questions for peer editing. And you can number these, or actually what I would do is have each one of these be an individual comment. Right? I would create a comment or conversation box on the folio page with the person's draft in it. I would do that for each of these questions. I'd do 1 box for each question. That would make it a little bit more streamlined and a little bit easier for the person whose work you are peer editing to read, right? And we want to make our whatever we're writing accessible, right? Even if it's peer editing comments, right? And you want to be as detailed as you can be on these comments. Okay, so that would necessitate, okay, writing your comments in complete sentences and in paragraph form, so that the person reading your comments is not having to sit there and refer back to the questions necessarily. The questions would be implicit in the responses. Okay, so again, look over these questions carefully, and then after having read the material, respond to the questions, go down the line, and like I said, I would use each one of these comments. I would use a new conversation box. Okay, and again, that URL that's in the additional education information folder that I just showed you, that's going to show you step by step how to add comments and how to add permissions on the folio itself. In my view, it's very detailed, and so I would read that web page to give you an impetus as to how to do it. Now I'm going to probably demonstrate that for you in class as well. Again, this video is just a supplement what we are talking about in class on Monday. Okay, so that's the peer editing process itself. And you're going to have all day in class on Wednesday to do it, and ostensibly all day in class on Friday as well. Because I'm not having you actually submit anything directly for the peer editing itself, you can run that over into Friday's class. I would not, absolutely not wait till the last minute to do this. Okay? I would get your peer editing set up, get the logistics of it set up on Monday, and then actually make sure that you do the peer editing during Wednesday's class and then on into Friday's class if you need some additional time to work on that. Okay, let me show you then. So we have that. Let me show you that this is our syllabus, of course. Let me show you the reflection on the peer editing. And again, the reflection, the quality of the reflection of the peer edit on the peer editing is how I am going to essentially assess whether your peer editing, the overall endeavor, okay, is complete or not. Okay, so this peer editing reflection becomes very, very important. So if we click on that, we see the what I'm asking you to do, the assignment description. So I'm asking you, in essence, to write a 3-page reflection. So to get a that's 3-page double spaced, okay? Times New Roman, all that's basically implied, but a 3-page double spaced reflection, okay? This means that I'm expecting you to use the upload document function to put the reflection into the folder, to put the reflection onto your page in Digication, whichever page on your folio you designate for that. Okay, you're going to use the upload document function, add content, upload document, to put that in there. Okay, as I've demonstrated in class many times, and I've got demonstrated on previous videos. Okay, so you're going to do that so that, and as such, you're going to create an essay. This is an essay in paragraph form, multi-paragraphs, okay? This is an essay, all right? You're actually writing a reflection essay, okay? So these are the questions that I'm asking you to consider. You are not 100% wed to these questions in the sense that you can venture beyond them. I would ask you as much as possible and as best as possible to cover this material. If you cover this material thoroughly, you will have no problem reaching 3 pages of reflection on your peer editing experience, because I'm asking you to specifically talk about comments. I'm asking you to talk about specific comments, like quote the language of the comments and so on and so forth, and then talk about that, right? So what I'm trying to get at is take this reflection very, very seriously, because this is how I'm going to get an insight into the process that you've undergone for this first peer editing. Okay, so this reflection is going to be due Monday, right? Monday the 24th. So in essence, in a week. As of Monday's class, it'll be a week. So but this reflection is very, very important, because it's how I'm going to assess the quality of your peer editing experience, the quality of the labor that you put into your peer editing experience. Okay, so again, I refer you to those two web links in the additional Digication information folder. Again, let me show you that. So this right here, additional education information, I refer you to the web links herein again to help you with this process. You can consult me in class, consult me via email, come by my office if necessary. Okay? Um, Again, I hope to run through a lot of this in class on Monday. This video is supplementary to Monday's class. Okay? All right. I shall see you all Monday. Thank you very much.